Welcome everybody. I'm Colette the Highway Stitcher, here to give you my stitching from the highway and at home. It's Thursday, October 27th, and I am making a video here, first time in probably 7 to 8 weeks, due to my traveling and retreats, birthday trip, and also some sickness that caught up with me at the end. And so if I start having issues talking, you'll understand why that is. Hopefully I won't lose my voice. I have my water bottle here with me to help me keep me going, and hopefully I'll be able to get through this. This is going to be just a video on what I've been working on the last 7 to 8 weeks since I last had a video, and any plans I'll be doing. I'm going to do another video another day of pictures from the retreat, of retreat patterns we got, of my birthday trip, and oh god, all that good stuff that you get when you go on those trips. So anyway, this one will be, of course, just what I'm working on, or what I have worked on the last 7 to 8 weeks. And I didn't think it was all that much, because I ended up not working as much on projects as I had hoped, especially when I was traveling. But when I started putting it all together, I was surprised at how much I had really worked on. So we're going to go on and move to that. I actually have two FFOs, two FOs, and then I'll show you what I've been working on. So, okay, as far as FFOs, I had this cross-stitched, this piece right here cross-stitched for years. Life is too short not to cross-stitch. I always wanted to get it made into a bag. And so what I did is I sent the piece here to Acorns and Threads. Their finisher is Jolynn. I am sorry, I don't remember Jolynn's last name, but my two fully finished objects are from her, so I thank her for that, and for Janine and her shop Acorns and Threads in Portland. She's a good finisher. Anyway, she made this bag. I asked her just to make a bag that I did not mind, just so the cross-stitch piece was on the front, and just do it with whatever fabric she wanted to do it. And I really like how it turned out. She has a, you know, there's a flat floor here, so I can put projects and things in it. And I can take it along to like a smaller get-together, or just when I go stitch maybe with friends, or just, you know, not a big retreat or whatever. So I'm really happy with that. I think it turned out really nice. And so that was my first FFO. And then the second one, Jolynn also finished. And I asked her to do this too. I said I wanted a needle book. And if any of you remember in my past video, I finished up, I'm going to undo this first. I ended up changing this pattern. This is by Shakespeare's Peddler, called Here Lie My Needles. Originally, this was a bigger pattern, probably about that big. And it was a place to put like broken needles. But I decided I wanted to do something a little different with it. This was a Stitch Mania stitch that I did. I finished it up a few months ago at the last Stitch Mania, and I decided I wanted a needle book with it. And so what Jolynn did is she put the rickrack around that, and a backing, and the ribbon. And when I rolled this up, what's great is I asked her, I said, when I roll it up, as you can see, my name's down at the bottom there, but Here Lie My Needles is at the top. I wanted it rolled up to where the Here Lie My Needles is at the top part of the needle book. So there it is. Here lie my needles. And when you tie it, it becomes a needle book, which of course will take me a minute or two to do. How are you guys all doing? Hope everybody's doing good. So let's get the rest of this done. And there we go. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I can take it to like all kinds of get-togethers and use my needlebook. So anyway, thank you again, Jolynn, for this and for my tote bag. I really appreciate it. Okay, I also have two FOs, and I think I'll do the one I finished up first. Any of you that have been looking at my Instagram, or also Brenda Handwork Maniac's Instagram and video, we have been working this last year on an October to October sale that we started at Stitch West Retreat last year in October, and we finished it up last weekend at Stitch West this year. And our piece was My Home in the Garden by Liz Matthews. And we went to Stitch West, which I'll show more pictures, like I said, when I do another video of just retreats. But we went there and we put our last few stitches in. All of us were working on the pattern, and we finished it up all together. And we took a picture of all of us up front. This was just a joy to stitch. I really, really enjoyed this. This was stitched on a 32 count Bee Stitch Me fabric. It was not another sampler fabric. I'm doing it 2 floss threads over 2 linen threads, and I'm using the called for, or I used the called for Gloriana silks, which just made it absolutely pop and look so beautiful. This was just so much fun. It was just a perfect stitch along. We separated out the areas that we were going to stitch October through October, so that we could make sure we kept up on it. And it worked. We did it, and we will move on to our next October to October sale. And I will show you that at the end when I get to my plans. So that was my first FO. And then my second FO was my birthday stitch with my birthday twin, Krista. Every year, Krista Grammer and I, our birthdays are October 29th, which is this Saturday. We pick a birthday pattern that we both really like a lot, and then we stitch it for the whole year. Krista was smarter than me. She marked hers off just like I did in My Home in the Garden, but I didn't mark mine off. So I finished it up today, but that's still 2 days before my birthday, so I have to say that I stitched it up in time. Anyway, the one we picked for this year, and that I finished, that I'll show you, is Peace Band Sampler by Heartstring Samplery. This is actually a band sampler that she made with some of the words and lyrics to the Peace Train song by Cat Stevens. And I chose to stitch mine on a color and cotton fabric. It's 32 count Lugana, and it's called Through the Stones. It's real pretty green-gray color. And the floss I used was sulky. I used 1 strand of the sulky thread, and let's see, it was 7, it's right here, 175. It was sulky thread 175. And I think it turned out really nice with that. The sulky thread covered it very well. And it was fun to work on. This is this is the 1 strand of sulky over 2, and just got it finished just today. So now I'll be ready to start my birthday sale this Saturday with Krista. We've picked another pattern to start on Saturday, and so we call it hashtag and on Instagram OCT29SAL sal. Anyone's welcome to join us, and I'll show you the pattern that we'll be doing starting this Saturday if you are interested. So that's my other FO. Oh my. See how I get through this. I keep almost losing my voice. Okay, so that's FFOs. So now I'm on no particular order what I stitched the last almost 2 months. On top is my Dimensions kit, my Christmas Enchanted Ornament stocking. I'm working on this on Sundays with Amy of Amy Loves Toads. And this is just one of those kits that you get all the floss, the fabric, everything else with it. So I didn't take this out of the Q-snaps, but the part I worked on, you can see here. This is mostly what I did was worked on the cardinal itself, and then filled in this. Since it has been like almost 2 months, I'm not positive sure. I'd have to go back in my book of days and count all the stitches I did, but I do remember that I hadn't done anything on the bird yet. So that bird was done on the Sundays that I worked on it, as well as I know some of the background too. I love that cardinal coming out. It's so pretty. So a little bit's better than none. And this is a 16 count Aida, kind of a light blue Aida with the floss that came with the kit. So now I will continue to keep working on this. It won't get done for this Christmas, but it's an enjoyable stitch. I do like picking it up. And in the past, I didn't enjoy dimension kits, but this time, now that I have it on my tablet and I can just X out the areas, and I have my floss on floss tags, and I have it marked according to whether I'm using 2 strands of one color or 1 strand of one color, 1 strand of the other, and I have them marked as such, so it's been a lot easier and faster to pick this up and get a lot more stitches done on it. So it's been more fun to work on. So that is Enchanted Ornament Stocking. Work on that on Sundays. Okay, the next one on top here, I don't have a picture of it completed because it's a mystery style. It only comes out in sections. But if you've seen mine or other people, Stitch and Mommy, Sarah was working on this too. This is Under the Sea by Frosted Pumpkin. This is DMC that I'm using. It's 2 strands of floss over 2 linen threads, and the actual fabric is 28 count Cloudy Dawn. It was dyed for me by a friend, Lori Textilis. And I really, really have been enjoying this. This has been lots of fun. Again, since it's been almost 2 months, I don't think I showed all of this being done. I think I had only done one part of the anchor when I last showed this. And I think I completed the rest across the top there. And for sure, I put in those 2 cute little otters that you can see. I mean, the one otter is in there, but the other I'm working on stitching right now. I am not caught up. Up to last month, I was caught up on this. I've fallen behind due to having to finish up those last 2 pieces that I showed you that had deadlines. But it's all right because this piece actually goes pretty fast, and I know that I'll be able to catch back up on it again pretty easily. And there's not too much more left, so it's been fun. This is just such a fun, cute piece. Okay, the next one here on top is actually, I'm going to have to look it up on my phone because I don't have a copy of the pattern. A lot of these I made copies of, but this one I didn't yet. This is my autumn montage. Every season, Sarah, Stitchy Mommy, and I are working on a series of seasonal full coverages by Pain Free Crafts. And there's autumn montage, which we worked on this last month, and winter, spring, and summer. So we have now completed the 4. And so during each season, I will pick up my montage and put at least 1,000 stitches in it. That's my plan, and which should be doable, I think. And what this pattern looks like, if you can see, is that there's sections to it. And I started up on the left, right there, and I got a little bit done of one of those golden leaves and a branch. I didn't make it to 1,000 stitches this time, but I did get about 800 plus in it. So you can see one of the leaves forming and some of the branch there. I'm stitching mine on a 25 count. Excuse me. 25 count moss green Lugana, and stitching one floss thread over one linen thread, full cross. So that is autumn montage. That one will be put away and brought out next autumn. So I'm going to be pulling out the winter montage, which probably good time for me to do it would probably be either the middle of January or actually the last week in December. So I haven't decided yet when I'm going to pull that one out. And that one, I don't have 1,000 stitches done on it because I had issues with the color fabric I was using. So I may want to try to get more than 1,000 on that so it shows some more of the pattern showing up. Okay, the next one is also a full coverage. This is my lace maker, my Artisy. There's the completed pattern. This one I wanted to get a lot more done than I did the last 2 months, but did not. It was out of the Q-snaps, which I was surprised. I think I might have taken it out to use the Q-snaps for another piece I was working on. So I just left it out. So this is how she's looking right now, so you can actually see her all the way across. And I know that I probably only got about 700 stitches done in the last 2 months, so not even 1,000, unfortunately. But I will be going back to her in my plans, which I will mention later in this video. I think what I mostly worked on was this down here, as well as a lot of that over there and down there. And maybe a little bit over here too, but I don't think so. I think I was mostly working on the left side. So that's Lace Maker. It's also 1/1 full cross on 25 count, and this is just a 25 count Lugana, white Lugana. Oh, I know where I worked on this mostly. Now I just remembered. See that cute little chimney there? Little small one compared to the big huge one there? I was doing a lot of fill-in on that. I remember that, and around it too. So it's not totally filled in, but I remember working on that a lot. So that got some work done on it, both September and October, mostly September. Okay, this is a new piece that I started at one of the retreats I went to, the Crazy Woman Retreat in Wyoming. We had Jen Armstrong, and her name is her design name is Cricklewood Crossing. She designed this pattern for us. So it's called This Crazy Life, and I'll explain more about that when I do a video on the retreats. But this says, what I love most about this crazy life is the adventure of it. So it's a really good one for me because I love adventures, and just fell in love with this piece when she introduced it to us. Thank you, Jen, so much. I love this piece. I did start the piece at the retreat. Didn't get too much done, but as you can see right up here, I always like starting in the left-hand corner. That's just me. So I started there on the called for floss, called for fabric, and just did just that little corner and just a little bit of the W. The called for fabric was Zweigart's Vintage Stormy Nights, 25 count, 1/1, and the floss is all DMC. Though I think I may change out some down below. I was watching Brenda, and she mentioned maybe changing out the flower, the big flower, and I was thinking about that, and it probably would look really nice with an overdyed, so I might possibly do the same as her. So anyway, that's what I got done on that. It hasn't been out of the Q-snips in just a little bit, but it was fun to do. Thanks for a beautiful pattern, Jen. At another retreat I was at down in Southern California, I have a close friend that I've known since childhood. Ruth Ann and I have known each other since we were 10. And we both are stitchers. We enjoy stitching. And I don't know why we didn't do this way before ahead of time than what we've done, but we decided to start our own friend, childhood friend Sal, just the two of us. And I found this pattern. She really liked it. It's called God in Heaven. And what it says is, God in heaven, God above, please protect the friend I love. Sent with a smile, sealed with a kiss. I love my friend who's reading this. So, thought this was such a cute pattern. So Ruth Ann and I started stitching on this the second day of the Southern California retreat. And this is what I got done. Pretty much just some of the border. And unfortunately, I found this. This was just a little piece I found in the top part of my cabinet, which is pieces of fabric that are mysteries. So the only thing I know about this is it's 32 count and it is an even weave, probably Lugana. But it's a nice blend for these colors. When I put all the colors up to it, they looked really nice. It's DMC's. It's some kind of an off, like kind of maybe a cream, a little bit mottled, so it's got to be some kind of a overdyed, possibly. So that's my start on that. I think Ruth Ann did a little more than I did. So, and she may have done even more than that, for all I know, because I haven't worked on it since then. But that is going to be just fun when we get it done. So, and I think we're going to surprise each other and not tell each other how we're finishing it. And then, then it'll be a surprise as far as that, even though we know the pattern we're working on. Okay, the last piece that I have to show you that I worked on was Garden Prelude by Mirabilia. This was just done the minimum 300 stitches for a year-long sale or year-long challenge that I do. So it wasn't very much. And here it is, what I've worked on. What a dress, huh? And this is being stitched on 32 count. Picture this plus demi-cell and with the called for DMCs. And this time what I worked on is basically a lot of this area right here. So that's what got done on this. And since I am holding this piece up now, I'm going to go right into plans and let you know what my plans are for the next couple weeks until I get back to you again. The yearly challenge that I've still been kind of keeping up on is with my Daily 30 group. And the challenge is 3 patterns that you work on. And if you get one finished, then you can put one in its place. And you have to do so many stitches on each piece to keep up with the challenge. So as I showed on this one, I got the 300 stitches, which was the minimum of what I was trying to achieve on my challenge. There was different amounts of stitches that you could do, but I wanted to keep up on 300 for what I wanted to achieve. So next month, this one will also be picked up for the yearly challenge. And what my plan is going to be next month is I'm going to work on all the bottom stitches, just the one line of stitches for that dress. I want to like start right here and then just do the one line over so I know about the size and the coloring of the ending of the dress there. And that's my goal. So I will just go from one bottom of one side to the bottom of the other all the way across. I don't know how many stitches that's going to be, but that's my goal. And if I get past the amount of stitches, then I will just pick it up again for a second time and also use it a second time for the challenge. Because the challenge, you can use the challenge for each one of your 3 pieces multiple times. So I may end up doing that with Garden Prelude. So that's excuse me, that's one of my plans. Lace maker that I held up here has gotten put into place. Piece band sampler, the one I finished for my birthday sal, was my second challenge, yearly challenge piece. It got finished, so in place of it, I put lace maker. I also finished my home in the garden, so I have to put another pattern in place of that I'm working on, and I haven't decided yet what that will be, but I'm going to have to decide pretty soon. So I'll be able to tell you in a couple weeks what I put in place of that. So since lace maker got put in place of piece band sampler that got finished, I have to do at least 300 stitches in that, but I plan on doing a lot more than that because I would like to get a lot done on lace maker in the next couple weeks if I can. So that's in my plans. And then my plans also are the 2 new stitches for about the only 2 sals that I keep up on. And one of them is my birthday sal, and the other is our October to October sal. This year we picked Sunnyside Sampler. A lot of you are probably aware of this. Brenda is doing it. I'm doing it. Several other people are also participating in this. On my Instagram, which is Colette Kingsley, and I'll have that down below, you can go on to my Instagram, and I, as well as Brenda, have this marked up as to sections. So we'll be doing a section a month, like October will be one section, then November, then December, until all the way across until the following October, when we will finish this, just like we did in my home in the garden at the next Stitch West retreat next October. If any of you want to join us, feel free. We just love to have more people, the merrier. And whoever is at Stitch West next year and gets it finished, we're all going to stand up in front and show ours, just as we did this last time. So come join us, everybody. This should be fun. We have 2 hashtags. I was just goofy and made up a second one, but you can use whichever one you want. Mine is hashtag October to October sal. Most sals are January to January, so I just put OCT to TO OCT sal. The other one is just, of course, typical Sunnyside Sampler sal. So Sunnyside Sampler sal, hashtag for that. And I actually did put a couple, we started this at Stitch West. I did put a couple stitches in it, but then I didn't really care for, I'm using the silks on this, and I did not care how the silks were, they were a little bit too much for the fabric I was using. So I'm pulling out another fabric now. I'm going to do some, checking out on some stuff and seeing what I want to do, whether I'm going to end up doing 2/2, 1/2, a different fabric, whatever. So I decided for 2 stitches, I'm not going to show you just what I did, especially since I'm probably changing out what I have and what I'm doing. So this is the pattern though. So if you want to join us, join us. We'd love to have you. And then the other one I'm going to be working on in my plans in the next couple weeks, and I'm starting it on Saturday, which is my birthday. This is my hashtag OCT29SAL, October 29th sal. Krista Grammer and I have been doing this for this, I think it'll be our fourth year, I think. And this is the one we picked for this year. My Day Complete by Kathy Barrick. I have actually been smarter this time. I have marked it off to have sections done. So I'll have a section done for November, a section for December, January. So I'll have this done faster than I did Piece Band Sampler, which will be good, which would be much better. If anybody wants to join us on this, you don't have to have an October birthday. If you love this pattern, come join us. So, and when I started on Saturday, I do have my fabric. I kind of figured out my fabric, and I'm using the Call for Floss. But I'll show that to you when I get another video up, because I'm going to see how it looks and how it's working out, see if I like it for sure or not. So that's in the plans also. So the plans will really consist mostly of Lace Maker, Garden Prelude, and my 2 new starts of my birthday one and our October to October sale. And a little bit maybe on a small a small piece that I might be able to get finished. Because when I was listening to a couple other videos, and I decided I needed to look and see how many projects I actually got finished this year. And I thought I got a lot finished. Last year I finished up 20 patterns. This year I've only got 12 done so far, and I was really rather surprised. I thought I had more done than that. So I think I'm going to go back into what patterns I have that are smaller and maybe doable to finish, because I would like to get more of them finished to have a little more done than what I actually have on my finished 2022 finishes in my junk journal. So that's my plan anyway. We'll see how that works out. But even if I just get 1 or 2 more finished, that'll be better than nothing. So anyway, I'm going to end this now. I'll do the daily gratitude quote, which I try to do always, and I'll say bye to you, and hopefully I'll get back in a few days with a video on what I did with all my traveling and what was going on with all of that. For the daily gratitude, I'm doing 2 this time, only because one's my birthday one, but I've done my birthday one before, but I thought it was kind of appropriate to do since my birthday's coming up. So the first one I'll do is not the birthday one. It's a picture of a plane. Looks almost like one of those crop duster type of planes flying over the crops. And this one said, when everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with the wind. So I thought that was appropriate. You don't realize that when you think things are going bad, you're pushing through that wind, and you just have to keep going and push through it, as the plane does. And then on my actual birthday, this is an Oprah Winfrey quote, which is some gourds there, pretty little gourds. And when I looked at this again, I thought, oh, well, this is totally appropriate for me. So the whole reason I have this gratitude journal. Be thankful for what you have, and you'll end up having more. So, and that is true, so true. I need to be more grateful for everything I have. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. This last week, I wasn't always really grateful about everything because I was so sick. But I had to keep telling myself that I'm grateful for what I do have, and that I'll always have a lot more, so much more than other people. And I'm so grateful for that, grateful for what I have. So I'm glad to see everybody again. I'm glad I could get back here without, spending any more time not doing a video. Please remember, everybody, just the beauty out there, and just look for it everywhere it's there. Love you guys a lot, and you take care, and I will see you hopefully in a couple days. Bye-bye.